You've stopped improving at Overwatch. Here's why. Number one, you have a very wide hero pool. Now you might feel like more is better, but that's not the case in Overwatch, because the more and more characters you play, the less and less you're playing each individual one. Let's say you're playing 20 hours a week, but you're playing 3 roles and 5 different characters in each role. That means you'll barely be playing 1 hour for each character a week, which is not enough to improve. You need repetition on a character, learning how to play with or against different compositions and characters, understanding your matchups, focusing on your positioning, and overall improving mechanically on the character. This is why specialization is the best way to improve at a character very quickly. Try minimizing your roles to 1 and try minimizing the characters you play to 3 or less. The next reason is that you don't see mistakes that you are making. Everyone makes mistakes from a bronze to a pro, and you're no different. Every single death you make and every single game you lost, you should be evaluating why you died, what mistakes you made, and what you could be doing better for the next game. You most likely are not improving anymore because you're mindlessly queuing up again and again and making the exact same mistakes in the next game that you just made that created the loss. Now, I know you're going to want to blame your 1-in-17 Genji, but realize that you alone are the reason that you're stuck in the rank you're at. Every single player in a high rank had to carry games where they had players just as bad as the players that are throwing your games as well. Believing that there was nothing that you could do allows you to sit there and never improve or evaluate what you could do better, which directly makes you the same player that you were last game in the next game, never improving, never getting better, and never climbing. Number 3, you are severely lacking in one factor that you're ignoring. Game sense, positioning, and mechanics are known as the trifecta of improving at Overwatch, and there's one of these that you're really bad at. If you watch a lot of videos like this, your game sense is probably not lacking, but your positioning and mechanicking most likely are. Good positions keep you alive and give you options in your gameplay. Don't always give up a good position trying to pursue a play or a kill. Oftentimes having low deaths is far more important than trying to stat pad and get high kills. Mechanical skill is still important to develop as you try to improve as a character. Understanding exactly when to push, how to play, and where to position doesn't matter if you can't hit the bright side of the barn. So understand the average mechanical skill for the rank you're in and realize the level that you need to match or be and develop yourself as you improve and climb the ranks. Last up, if you don't improve all 3 of these things, you could be held back in your rank because of a bottleneck. Think of it like a PC where if one part is held back, the game will start to suffer. Just like your gameplay, if one of these 3 are being neglected, it could be the thing that is preventing you from making your next major breakthrough and climbing multiple ranks in a row. The 4th reason you stopped improving is that you're running away too much. I know I'm not talking about actually running away in game. I'm talking about swapping off when you find an uncomfortable situation. I coach way too many people that the second they run into opposition, they're going back to spawn and changing up their character and still find value and impact even in spite of things that technically counter you or deny. These are like problems to solve that you have to work through in order to actually climb and get better. If I swapped off Genji every single time I ran into a counter, I would just never play him at all. Now, the 5th and final reason is the most important, and you might not want to hear this, but it's what you need to hear. You have no self-accountability. Overwatch is a hard game, and there's a lot of people that want to get good at Overwatch, and if you don't take it seriously, then you can never expect to be a good of hours, and they never become anything more than mediocre. Excuses to do something more, learn new things, and improve your skill set. Game and push yourself to your limit so that you learn to push past it. The most important thing that you have to take home is that lukewarm effort will always create lukewarm results. That's not just true in Overwatch, that's true in life. And the last thing that you need to rank that those players belong in. We all know that we get bad teammates, but it's the personal accountability of the things that you can control that dictate a player. If you listen to these 5 things and take them to heart, I promise you, you will improve. That's a guarantee.